Hey, Railbirds. Kevin here. All right, we got another match for you. This is Silver Division. B-side, this is for 5th, 6th. Hey there, how you doing? Yeah, so this is for 5th, 6th, Silver Division. We have the team of James Brinson and Margaret Goodman versus Sid Umtuch and Diamel Castilleja. I think I said her name right. That's Diamel at the table of racking now. All right, I just need a minute to get these Fargo rates updated. So I might be a little quiet while I do that. Now, well, James Brinson, his Fargo rate is 537. Margaret Goodman is 349. For an average of 443. So they get a 443. Sid Umtuch, 500. And Diamel, 402. So that's going to be around 450. Yeah, 451. All right, so 451. All right, we are underway. As previously mentioned, I'm your host, Kevin Ross with Railbirds Productions. Thanks for watching today. You're watching the 23rd annual Western BCA 8-Ball Championships coming at you from beautiful Lincoln City, Oregon, here at the Chinook Casino Resort. All right, that is James Brinson at the table now. We are playing some CSI Rules Scotch Doubles 8-Ball. Alternate break, rack your own. Well, the team racks for themselves. The person racking does not have to be the person breaking. You can rack for your partner if you want. Communication is allowed between partners as long as one of the players is still at their chair. The other player can be at the table, but the other person has to be at their chair while they're communicating. So in that respect, yep, coaching's allowed. As much coaching as you want. You don't have to call a timeout. You don't get one timeout per game or anything like that. Just coach all through the match. Yeah, these Littman lights over the table, they're nice lights. The quality of the light that it puts out is really nice. Nice even coverage, nice and bright. The color of the light is much more neutral, as compared, like you can see on this view here. The table, the feature table here is the LED lights, and the other tables are the more standard fluorescent lights. So you can see it's just a much more pleasant. It's a much more pleasant light. They're more daylight balanced, more full spectrum. Very nice. I do not know about their power consumption. No, I have no idea if they use how much power they use. Usually LEDs use less power than fluorescents, but that doesn't always have to be the case. So in case you're not familiar with CSI Rules 8-Ball, it's call, ball, and pocket. how it gets there doesn't matter as long as it goes, as long as the ball you called goes in the pocket you called. It is always open after the break. You have to legally pocket a ball after the break to establish groups, even if you made something on the break. 8 on the break is neither a win nor a loss. It either gets spotted or it's a re-rack, depending on the wishes of the incoming player. The incoming player would be the person who broke if they didn't scratch, or the other person if they did scratch on the break. And if you are down to the 8, if you're shooting at the 8 and you scratch, that is not a loss as long as the 8 is still on the table. It's just a ball in hand foul. So all of our BCA Pool League players out there, they're well familiar with these rules, but in case you're not familiar, that's how BCA rules may differ from some other 8-ball rules you may play. All right, we have Diamel at the table now, shooting solids. All right, that's going to bring Margaret Goodman to the table with stripes. Stripes are pretty well open. The only stripe that's in trouble really is that 14 ball down there by the spot underneath that 2 and 7. But the 11 ball will get you there. The 12 ball will get you there. So it's not in that big of a trouble spot. All right, so she's missed, but I don't think she has left a shot. I don't think Sid can see enough of this 4 to cut it in. That 7-2 is not lined up for a combination. I don't know if he could cut it enough to make the combination because that 12 is kind of sticking out there in the way. So might be able to shoot the 4 off the 6. He might be able to see enough of the 4 to do that if he wanted to shoot an offensive shot. Is he going for this combination? Well, all right, well, that blocks the 10. Here he may just pocket the 2, shoot the 10-2 combination, leave the cue ball down here on his bottom rail. That would not be a bad shot. So leaving the cue ball on the bottom rail, making them shoot up table at the 7. Yeah, there's no guarantee they're gonna, that's a tough shot. And it looks like that's what he's gonna do. Okay, well, not exactly leaving the cue ball on the bottom end. Looks like he's left Diamel a pretty good shot to this 7. Yeah, this is sitting pretty nice. Roll forward for the 4, and then 6 up in the far corner. Oh no. Brings Margaret to the table. Yeah, stripes are sitting not too bad. That 11 goes in this bottom corner or the side. I think it goes in the side. Yeah, looks like it goes in the side. And from the 11 can shoot to 14 and then come back up for the 12 and the 13. And that looks perfect. Oh wait, there's a 10 ball down on the bottom rail. I thought that was the 2. So that'll complicate the run out a little bit. Because you got to deal with this 10. Got to come down and deal with this odd one out. So the way I like it is shoot to 12, roll forward for the 13 in the side, but roll past straight in so that you can just shoot the 13 in the side and your cue ball will come down naturally for the 10. And then 10 to the 8 depends how you get on the 10. If you get straight in on the 10, you play short side on the 8. Otherwise, 8 in the same corner as the 10. That's perfect. Nicely done. And here, if you get straight in on the 10, that's not a big deal. You can just play short side on the 8. And this is going to be straight on the 10, so it's okay. And you know she's going to be leaving this for James, who's the better player of the 2, so that shouldn't be a problem. Nicely done. All right, they've overcome the deficit, so yeah, that's by the deficit I mean the Fargo rate deficit. So now they're the favorite. All right, Margaret with the break. Looks like she's gonna be going probably for the second ball break. She's made a ball, but man, that is an ugly spread. Yeah, 13 of the 15 balls in this lower right quadrant. That is some tight quarters. All right, James electing to take solids. And even though everything is in such tight quarters, no balls are frozen to each other. And actually, all of the solids, they all go somewhere. This is nice. You can shoot the 5 and then the 4 in the side. Leave yourself a shot on the 3, and then from the 3 to the 2. And then 2 to the 8, you can just shoot the 8 in the side pocket, that left side. So if they break and run out here, if they do, that'll be a really nice run out, because it's hard working in these real tight quarters, amongst this, all these balls all clustered up. I think she wanted to leave that straight in on the 3 and ended up accidentally drawing it a little too much. Nice shot. Unfortunately, no shot on the 2. That's when James looks at his partner and says, "I made mine." Well, there might be an alleyway there to kick it into the corner, right between that, what was that, 11, 12, right over the magic rack. Kick it to 2 in the bottom right corner. There might be an alleyway there. All right, ball in hand for Team Umtuch and Castilleja. I know I'm butchering it. Daimel even told me how to say your last name, so I'm at least close. I'm not terribly far off. So sit at the table now. Trying to figure out how best to deal with this mess. Yeah, because that 2 ball over there, that throws a monkey in the wrench. All right, he kind of relocated the 2 ball from blocking 1 ball to blocking another ball. All right, play safe. Make him kick it to 2. Maybe they'll rearrange it a little. Actually, if she can see enough of the 12 to cut it in, go ahead and cut it in because it's a free shot. If you miss, you're not giving up anything. And if you make it, you might get a good angle on something to get a breakout. Or just shoot the 10-2 combination right now. Leave the cue ball behind the 11. That's what he's doing. Just gotta be careful. Don't let that cue ball leak out, and don't leave him a shot on the 8. Well, that looks perfect. Nicely done. Calling the ref over here to perform a rackectomy. Successful rack extraction. All right, getting a good hit on the 8 is not that difficult. It's a relatively straightforward one rail kick, but yeah, where do you call the 8? Does it go past the 9? And can you call it in the side? Does it go past the 9? Call it cross side and bank it between the 14-9. All right, he's called it in the side past the 9. Oh, that's a really, really nice try. He hit that really nice. And has not left an easy shot for Diamel. The only real shot really is the 14 up in that upper left corner, which she may or may not go for. She may just play safe and just put the cue ball down on this bottom rail, come off whatever that stripe is, the 10, I think. If it's not frozen. If the 10's frozen to the rail, you can't just roll up on the 10. The cue ball would have to hit the rail after hitting the 10. And by coming off the edge of the 10, if you hit it just a little too hard, it might pop out and sell out a shot on the 8. So shoot straight into the 13, like basically just shoot a stop shot, shoot dead full into the 13, knock those balls apart. And hit it, with a good speed just to rearrange things a little. There we go, things are spread out now. So should they get ball in hand, the run out should be a little bit easier now with things spread out a little more. All right, she's called it in that upper right corner. All right, she's going to be going rail first here off that right side rail. Measuring the distance, and then gonna go for the mirror system. And you find your spot on the rail, which is gonna be just this side of the side pocket. Or, oh, that's gonna be more like about a diamond down the rail. Yeah, their camera angles are deceiving, at least for me. Get out of there, cue ball. Oh, man. Yeah, that is the problem with those rail first type shots like that is that's darn near a dead scratch. Anybody that has shot those before knows that that corner pocket up there is huge for the cue ball. It's like a vacuum cleaner just sucking that cue ball in. All right, brings Sid Umtuch to the table. Ball in hand, starting with 9 on the side. I like starting there. The other option was saving the 9 for last as your key ball to the 8 and working around them and leaving yourself straight in on the 9 for your last shot as your key ball to the 8. That would have been another option. But it's pretty easy to get to the 8 from any of these other remaining stripes. So just pick the pattern that that calls to you. If you see a pattern in your mind that makes logical sense to you, by all means, go with it. It doesn't have to match the pattern that appears in my mind. Well, Sid's left eye melon kind of the 50-yard line here. Yeah, it's not really the right angle on the 13, and a little, it's kind of a weird angle on the 7 to play to the 13 to get to the 8. Avoided that 13, nice. Get out of the side. All right, this is okay. Center follow, 1 rail straight up for the 8 in the same corner as the 13. He can work with this. This isn't bad. Just make the ball with enough speed, and position on the 8 should be relatively automatic. He's putting some inside English on this. You don't need inside, just center follow. Unfortunately, that's going to leave their opponents perfect on this 8. James Brinson pocketing the 8 with not much difficulty. Extends their lead 2-0. Race to 4. All right, Diamel with the break. Electing for the down the middle break, which is the break I like. Spreads the balls a lot nicer, usually. Although in this case, they're kind of either 4 balls along that left rail or 3 balls along the left rail. 9 balls right in front of the side pocket, and you got some clusters over here around the 8. So didn't spread quite as nice as they would have liked, but it's not bad. All right, Sid opting for stripes. I was kind of thinking I liked solids mainly because the solids kind of control the 8 ball. Oh, that 8 might go up in the far corner. It's hard to tell in this angle out from here. I think the 8 goes up in the far corner. It could use that stripe right there, like where the 14 is now, is a nice key ball to get to the 8 up in the far corner. I mean, on camera, the 5-7 looks like it's lined up right into the side pocket, which is why I didn't mind solids. But standing at the table, it may not look so good. Yeah, he was trying to land on the back on that 3 ball for the same corner. Just overrolled it a little and was unhappy with that. Yeah, it looks like Margaret was trying to leave him on that 5 to the far corner. But James does not like that shot. He's shooting a 2 in the side off the 9. Which is not a bad shot because the 9 ball is probably going to end up getting tied up with these other stripes, so that will hinder his opponent's ability to run out. That was a nice shot. Now what? Probably just roll up on the 5 for a safety.
All right, we are done taking signups for minis for the time being. Singles will be starting at 7 o'clock.
So yeah, just roll up on the 5. Leave the cue ball behind the 8. Hit it with enough speed to get the 5 out of there. Leave the 5 in a more favorable spot. That looks. Well, get off that. It was looking really nice until it's snuggled up on there. Now that 5's in a tough spot. Yeah, that 5 doesn't look like it goes. It goes in the far corner. The 5 goes in that upper left corner, but you got to get position over there, which is not easy. Now might be a good time to get that 3 out of there, just because that 3 is in such a bad spot. And it's called a bank on the 3, the upper right corner. It almost went off that stripe. I say, don't land it right back in the exact same spot it started. But you know, this is he's left his cue ball in a really tough spot for Diamel here. So yeah, she can get a good hit on a stripe, but you know, no easy shot on any of them. Oh, nice try there. And has left it not too bad. Yeah, the only solid they have a shot on is the 3. All right, so that last comment in the chat room, Google Translate says that's Portuguese, and it looks like it's a question asking, do the pockets pass 2 balls together? Not really. These are 4.5-inch pockets. Balls are 2.25 inches, so 2 balls will fit just into the outside jaws of the pocket, but they will not pass all the way into the back of the pocket. So 2 balls will just barely fit into the outer jaws, but no further. All right, these stripes are nicely open. Yeah, the main problem is going to be getting from these. Yeah, they're going to save these 2 stripes over at the bottom left. They're going to save those 2 for last, and getting from one of those back over to the 8 Could be a little tricky, depends how you get on them. So, you know, for that reason, that's why I would prefer to save those 2 stripes at the top of the table. Save those for last, because getting from those stripes to the 8 will be a lot easier than getting from either the 9 or the 15 to the 8. That's a nice shot. That's really nice. Hey, POV Pool. How's it going?
Fargo. Have questions about Fargo? The Fargo man, Mike Page, is going to be right across the hall. At 3 o'clock, he will take your
All right,
questions.
looks like Sid's going to follow us. I would draw back a little because you don't want to be straight in on this ball. And I would have drawn back and left nice angle on the 15 to draw back cross table for the 8.
At 3 o'clock.
Because you really don't want to be straight on this 15. You want angle to come across for the 8. Oh, she's got a little, she does have a little bit of angle. She can follow forward and just, well, if she really wanted to, she could follow all the way to the end rail and back towards the 8. Because she does have just a little bit of angle. Very little, but there's a little angle there. But probably just roll up to around the head string and just leave the longer shot on the 8. And that's what she's doing. It's a nice shot. So Daniel Bush, no live streams today for you. Hey, Cindy Rosenthal. All right, nice shot there, Sid. On the scoreboard. All right, right on, Daniel. Always, you're always on the road streaming somewhere. Ah, thanks. At least I assume this is Daniel Bush I'm speaking to. With
Kelsey Joe, table 55. Kelsey Joe, table 55 for the mini. Your opponent is waiting.
here we go, James Brinson with the break. James opting for that second ball, that side second ball break. And the resulting cluster mess as a result. Yeah, you tend to make a ball on the break more often with the second ball break, but you also tend to end up with a mess like this as a result. So for that reason, that's why I like just, hitting them hard down the center. Don't make a ball as often, but when I do, they're spread real nice and nice easy run out. Of course, if I don't make a ball, then my opponent has a nice easy run out. So I just practice on hitting them harder and try to make a ball more often. Move left and right along the head string, trying to make a ball. I just really hate clusters like this. I like nice easy runouts. I guess maybe that's why I don't play one pocket. he's done his partner any favors with that one. Yeah, Zace. Yeah, don't we all? You know, I think referring to, you know, I said I like nice, easy runouts. Yeah, don't we all? Yeah.
Darren Mayberg. Table 70. He's waiting for you, Darren. Table 70.
Yeah, players have been having, that's been a recurring theme. Players have been having trouble controlling the speed. It's been playing a little bit fast. Oh, nice shot, Margaret. Does that 2-7 combination go? I don't know about that. Does the 7 go in the corner? No, the 7 doesn't go in the corner. The 2 might pass through there. Oy vey. All right, he's calling the 2 off the 15 up into that corner. Be a nice shot if it goes. People are walking in front of my camera.
I need Eddie Dunaway to table 72. Eddie, she's waiting for you.
All right, he accomplished, you know, getting his solids out of there, except for the 6 ball. But so they're just gonna run off just a, you know, probably just a few of the couple of these stripes, and then try to play some type of safety that gets that 6 out of there to free up their stripes for that corner. Oh, stingy pocket. RailbirdsTV.com. Sorry, I was talking to somebody wanting to know my email address. All right, looks like she's lining up a 3-ball combination here to the 6. Well, that was nice effort.
We're good now.
So sorry I'm a little quiet here. I'm getting some new graphics to put up.
Yeah, I was talking to Rebecca, and she says, Sherry, I noticed when you got the graphics for the sponsors and stuff up, there's no Chinook wins in there.
I blame Michael Deichman for that because he sent me all the graphics to put up and he didn't
No, he
include.
didn't have one.
Okay.
He wasn't given one, so we
So
did. I
I blame Michael for that one.
got out, hold it, told everybody, and Robin Iredale's sending it right now. Meanwhile, Dee's going to shoot that 11. Get her partner on the. Huh?
Yeah, the stripes go, that 15 will go up table once
Once
once those other two stripes are gone. But that 8 ball is going to be a little bit tricky.
Well, so you play the 13. You shoot.
Yeah, the 13, the 9, and then come down for the 14 and 15.
The 15 gets you on the back side of the 8, but he's shooting the 15 right now. Or the 14.
Yeah, so.
He's going to move the 8.
Move it. No. Oh.
Oh, no. Not that puts the other team on the hill.
Yes, it does.
Brinson and Goodman.
Yeah, James Brinson and Margaret Goodman. Margaret, one of the vendors here. She has a booth set up right next to us.
A bunch of pool art.
Yes.
Yeah, I liked somehow getting to the 15 last to get on the back side of the 8 there.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with that that ball by the side pocket, it made that side pocket huge. You got to hit it, he had to hit it pretty good for that to happen. It's a pretty bad roll, but you were putting it into danger.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh, I got Daniel Bush in the house.
Daniel Bush in the house.
Thanks for tuning in, Daniel.
All right, Diamel with the break. Oh, nice breaks. Made a couple balls.
Crushed it, she did.
Yeah, she did. All right, you're hired. You can break for me. You're my designated breaker.
Brenda Willis. Hello. Hope to see you guys later. You're going to be here at least, playing teams. Are you playing singles?
Yeah, I really like stripes here.
Yeah,
the only stripe that's in trouble is that 11, but
you
that
get to it right now.
Yeah, the 12 gets you to it.
Right now. And that's a shoot and stop. I might want to roll it up a little bit because your partner gets you on the 13, and then the 14 gets you on the 8. That's a good shot.
Yeah, just roll forward just a little. Just leave the long shot on the 13, and then the 13 to the 14, and then the 8.
Yeah, it's going to rub the 4 a little bit when he shoots it, so that'll kind of push it a little bit out for. Yeah, so I mentioned it earlier. I don't know if you heard it. Mike Page is here in Lincoln City. If you were,
Oh, he may have gone just a hair too far there.
Mike Page is here in Lincoln City, and I heard 3 o'clock tomorrow. He will be giving a little seminar, question and answer session on Fargo. So if you have a question,
can we get that on the live stream?
if you have a question, don't go ask on Facebook. If you're around here, something that you want answered, that you get this 10 different answers, come ask the man himself. 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon in the green room. Or the side room, whatever you want to call it here. All right. I'll try to make that 14 in the side. And
Yeah, well, that was all she had.
Yeah. And this gets Team Brinson and Goodman back to the table.
Yep.
5, the 13's still hanging there, you know, makes that 5 ball a problem ball.
Yeah.
He could draw over, maybe even make the 13 here to come on the short side of the 5.
Yeah, I can't tell if he can make the 5 past the 13. Well, it's not a problem anymore.
Yep.
That's a nice shot.
Yeah. Very nice stroke. It's one of the drills I worked on with Glenn worked on was learning to go, you know, from just off a straight in to the work the diamonds all the way around the table, from shooting a ball in the side pocket, you know, with follow, center, draw, extreme draw, and yeah.
I haven't seen Ozzy around here today, so
No.
I don't know if he's still in town or not.
He was here last night later in the evening because he was standing here by our booth I don't remember what time, but it was later in the evening.
All right, so shoot this 2-1 combination or try to cut this 7 in. Does the 7 go? Yeah, I think the 7 goes if he wants to, but now he's shooting the 2-1 combination. Probably going to roll forward to protect the cue ball should he miss it.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did, and
Yep.
Annie's got her a nice shot on the 2.
Yeah, that was a really nice shot. This James guy can play a little.
Yeah, she's, you know, and just roll this in. You got him a nice shot on the 4. You don't have to cut it that much. You cut it to the right-hand side of the pocket, not the center of the hole. Cut it into the facing and the right-hand side of the pocket there. Your cue ball just goes to the side rail and back out, so she completely cut the ball. It went almost to the furthest left-hand side of the hole there.
Mm-hmm.
He still got a shot. Cut the
Oh, yeah.
cut the 7 in and go to the rail and back out, maybe between the 8-4.
Well, I was thinking he's going to shoot the 4 now and come back for the 7.
Oh, yeah, I guess he can shoot the 4 now, can't he? And shoot the 7 in the same hole. Yeah, and this
Bounce. That looks perfect.
yeah, this looks like match. And this is for 5th, so this is a B-side match.
Yeah, this is
Loser
B-side.
is eliminated.
That's
Perfect.
perfect. Nicely done.
You see, and it's center of the hole.
Center of the hole. Nice shooting, James and Margaret. Unfortunately, that does eliminate Sid and Diamel in 5th, 6th place. So 5th, 6th, that's not a bad finish in
Good
this field.
tournament. It was a decent payday. I only wrote down first 3 4, so I don't know what the payday was on this one. But if you want to find out, you can go to CTS On Demand.
Yep. This was a silver division Scotch double, so we still have
Yep.
some gold and platinum division matches coming up later today.
Yep. And we
So-
also have the finals of the 10 ball.
Yeah, that'll be at 7 o'clock tonight. It's the finals of the 10 ball. So thanks for watching. Stick around. We got more matches coming up.
Stay tuned and tell your friends.
See ya.